with you. Crimbo, probably the player to watch. Now, if we're going to pick one from OG, let's call it Regali.
Yeah, shall we? The new Opper meant to be the key to this team. Which rifler steps up alongside him? That is still the question everybody's wondering. And of course, the reward if you win this match, you get to play Vitality. It's a long road to the fall finals for one of these two teams. Showdown looms. Process taps 3 shots down range, connects with a kill. Montu out from the side of triple. Just can't get the one on Tetris or ramp, but it's okay. Process is here to help him, and I mean, this is an excellent pistol coming out of big.
Oh, they stopped him in their tracks. Look at all the X's on the A ramp. That's pretty easy.
Who did you predict to win this one, Mohan?
Whoever you picked.
Yeah. See, 3rd time's the charm. Proof is in the pudding.
He proved the tracking was good the first 2 times.
Yep. Warm-up shots. Got there in the end. Of course, it's a weird one, seeing as this is not the big that we will get in Cologne next week. Obviously, Montu not a part of that roster, so...
And Gabi not a part of that roster.
Weird. Very weird. You know, obviously a result of a certain set of circumstances. Yep. They told me rules are meant to be broken. I feel like that set of rules...
Well, no, if I was big, I'd be very careful because, you know, got to play Cologne.
That's fair. Just feels for the other players that qualified for Cologne through the Meisterschaft.
Uh-huh.
Imagine, you know, every young German player's dream is to probably play Cologne. A lot of them have probably attended Cologne, been exposed to Tier 1 Counter-Strike in that way. And then you qualify for it, and Tabson says, yeah, that's my spot. Give me that. Whatever gives you the better chance to win. It's a cutthroat industry. And Sin cutting throats top mid. 3 down to the Famas. Sorry, OG. Nothing yet. 4 kills for Sin in the conversion. 0 kills to OG in the first 2 rounds.
Who are the better teams outside of Big in Germany? Do we even know?
I don't really know anymore, man. You know,
yeah, Germany's one of those regions that, like, it's great to have Big, and then it's great to have players like Tabson and Gabi on the roster.
I'm just going to say alternate attacks because that's a German org that I remember from 7 years ago. And
I wonder who's the best. Who's the best?
We've got the internet at our disposal. We can go looking.
Alternate attacks. That's the one with Oni Pixel on it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Can't believe that poor guy opened 2 NIP Cato 14s.
Going out of his way to prove it's not rigged.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What a great service he provides, you know? Anti-gambling PSAs.
Well, he keeps Valve in business. Such a good guy.
Honestly, decent caster. Mantu, he's going to gun down next up. And Fiku trade frags up towards the A site. We'll get Crimbo just tucking in. No panic. You know, there's no flurry out of OG here with that one frag. We've just got Fasher kind of floating down bottom middle. We've got what's now left of OG starting to exit up the ramp. But Crimbo's stoic. He's waiting for you. He's not stressed. And I like that about Crimbo. Good in the clutch. Good in the pressured situations. Still waiting and waiting and waiting. And he'll get his reward. 1 frag as Tabson topples 2.
I would say, if anything, if we go forward like 6 months, I would say Big will be the better team in 6 months. So I'm not really high on OG's changes, and I feel like they need a little bit more. Really happy about Regali. And honestly, I've been kind of impressed with what they've been able to do with the players they have now. But it's been only hard matches for both Big and OG so far in the groups, so not surprised it hasn't been all roses. But with Big, it's like when I see Gabi behind him, I see Crimbo as a pickup, I see Montu coming on the roster. I'm seeing like a lot more promise overall. And I find it very interesting, Sin's storyline. Like, in a few years, are we going to be talking about Sin as a legendary IGL in Germany? Because he's got the right support system to create that for him, and he's already shown interest in becoming an IGL. It's not one of the roles that was forced onto him. He said, I want to be Tabson in a few years. You know, he wants to be that player, which is awesome. I think anytime anybody wants to become an IGL, like, they have that sort of urge in them. That's one of the rarer roles that I think people want to take on. So I think that's maybe a blessing for Big and for the German scene as a whole.
Yeah, because it really feels like it has just been Tabson for eternity, and it may have always only been Tabson, but for somebody to come out of the thick of it, the same goals and ambitions, we praise thee. Of course, you've got to add time. Very important variable. Frag grenade goes into the apartment. It's going to chip away Nexa, but this patient spot as Crimbo tears down Nexa gets Sin into the mix, and his A1S popping heads. 3 kills. He's cleaning up on these versus pistol rounds.
And we don't see the second op on Sin like we did. Like I remember when we casted We Play, it was Hype's primary, and then Sin would be the second op, and they ended up double upping a lot on Mirage, was one of the things. But I don't think he's grabbing that at all. I just realized it's Keto versus Big. That didn't even occur to me. Wow.
Forgot the big man was in the server.
Yeah, something to try to show for here in this matchup.
4 rounds into the game, 1 kill for the OG camp. Let's hope guns can change that. Regali has shown us potential in their matches thus far in Copenhagen. Oof, but the poor guy's getting pelted by utility. Had to burn his own smoke.
Said find him and kill him.
Sending home the homing missiles.
And we're still, I think, on... Wait, there's still 3 smokes left over here for Big. No pressure on the map right now for OGs. They sit and wait to take over mid control. They have top boxes, that's one thing. But as we can see, with Big holding on to forward aggressive cat control and close connector play, they're ready to counterattack. And they're not even worried about the full B hit right now, so... Will this be too much patience out of OG is the question. Bomb is coming to mid as well at 50 seconds, and here is the counterattack.
Oof, they're right there in the open. Next peak knows it. Prosis drops bomb in the open. Keto trade frags. Fasher's going to come out from underpass, and the bomb gets picked up. Sin still sitting in cat.
Yes, this is the time to lead into B. I think, you know, if you're Fiku in this spot, as the bomb gets collected, because they did do the push off of cat.
Still not moving.
At least there's no one in sight here for Big, so it's still a good place to go.
That could start to change. Sin could come up from that cat peak. Now he's going to hear the util. But also Big sat still. They were happy to respond to what OG throw out. And now Sin is dangerously close to this bomb site. Going to make things very scary here for
great
Keto.
Smoke for him if he...
Keto watching it. Oh, he loses the duel.
God.
Fasher's going to have to show us some value. And he's been under a microscope for all the wrong reasons. He's at least slipped out past Van. I don't believe the drop was spotted by Sin.
Did his AK get spotted, though?
They may think that he was up top, but now he just Molotovs the bomb a little bit too early. Sin could still come in with the defuse. Fasher hanging on. 10 HP versus 7. Crimbo waits and waits, and now he presses in, and he'll come through with both the kill and the defuse.
Yeah, leave it to Crimbo in that situation to not get scared. A nice round out of him, but a great round out of Sin. Seriously. First of all, the timing as they were coming into B, I was thinking, oh, they're holding on to mid way too late here. We're at 20 seconds. Of course, the site's going to be picked, but he picks the perfect opportunity after Fico finishes clearing the second window, say, hey, I'm going to get into this fight. And the fact they held on to his smoke for so long, you could be tempted to throw a smoke at any part of that round just because, you know, and we see the value of it. It helps him scale onto cat. He uses the one-way, hits a great shot as well, even though he gets spotted. And his player model was obfuscated inside of that smoke, so it made it hard to hit him.
Oh, fast. I like it. Fasher looking for redemption. Nexa's with him. Matu could still seal this. The way of Big. Ooh, scope back in. Oh, Fasher, poor guy. He's got nowhere to go. And even with that spam, Matu's sitting on a good amount of health. He's surviving. Fiku's going to end him. Somebody finally puts the guy down. And Crimbo back into another clutch. But this was that fast mid-move with Fasher at the helm. Fiku 2 kills as well. Palace pressure pays off. But we do have OG kind of just hitting the brakes. And that could play into the hands of Crimbo.
I think they're worried about the A-ramp flank, so they're just sort of chilling for a second. Crimbo's taking the most natural rotation out of the site. No one off of cat. And surely now...
Regali could back up into his death.
Oh,
Crimbo
yeah,
sees
there he
it.
spotted one.
Palace player still watching flank, so that's one dead. Crimbo's got the smoke. Trying to piece it all together. Goes back, grabs another frag grenade just in case there's somebody firebox. Again, going through the protocols with that extra time he has. Sensing these two positions. Doesn't know it, but I mean, he is not wrong.
Wow, he has a smoke as well. I'm surprised he doesn't try for something, and Nex is up very low on HP. But the round will be won here for OG. It's a fast call into mid out of Nexa. And he's got the entries to do it. Really nice between him and Fiku. Or sorry, Fasher, I think, and Fiku specifically to open things up. Montu makes it marginally close with his 2 answers back. I got it wrong twice. Fasher and Nexa to take out Connector and Cat respectively.
I'll put up. Nothing there. There's that fast mid play. That's how OG posts their first. Fiku looking animated there on the player cams as he gets up into apartments. Everybody floating around. No rush in round 7.
Yeah, there's just too much inactivity in these situations from OG, and I think that they knew about it last time, the round that Sin sort of made that smoke play and got back into B. The trades were still good for OG, which was the nice upside, but I just think that Big know they can hold grenades for a long time versus this style of play. A quiet map can be good, but it can also be bad.
Crimbo close to Fiku.
And they're being very stingy with their utility, but this is the only grip on mid they have. Shoved back after 2 nades come into underpass.
Yep.
Up now off of Cat. No third rotation, however, towards B, so could still be a good site to hit. Comes a lot down to Crimbo.
Very much down to Fiku as well in the front of it. Here we go. Crimbo ready. It's Montu who actually gets the kill, so that's going to just draw a bunch of attention away because the op shot from Cat is what's got you distracted. Montu, it's a multi-kill. He's going to charge down the bomb, and Fasher's denied. No scope,
time.
Which means no plant, which means no consecutive round. Can he hang on? Oh!
No.
Okay. An op move forward by Regali, but it's Crimbo back on bench, and Montu's op off to a 12-3 start.
Yeah, it's nice. But you know what my criticism's already going to be. You know, we get this late in the round. We had nothing done from OG up until this point. And I feel like in terms of priorities, Nex is like, all right, make sure you don't die. Make sure you don't use too many grenades. Okay, boom. Those are 2 things done. But that's like fundamental basic things.
Yeah.
You still have to multiply your presence in the default. You still have to take map control. You still have to at least take connectors so they don't know if you're going to go up B or into A. You still have to do something to make it so that the other team uses grenades, makes a bad rotation. No, the map stayed the same from beginning to end for Big. They knew they didn't have to use too many grenades. They countered underpatch was the only spot that OG tried to breach that was even slightly CT controlled. And then they went into a B exec and lost. So
not the most inspiring.
Not the most inspiring, and it's just something that they could have done at any point in the round, I would say. There's something special about the time they attacked B. The only upside there for OG was that, yeah, Big stayed 2 on B, but they had an op and a rifle.
Grenades are going to scare him off the original boost. But OG will come back and look at this ramp. And all of that was still without, like you alluded to, that third person rotating over to the B site. Just the original defenders. Big didn't look stressed at all. And we've already seen versus, you know, the tougher opposition, Big have walked into every single round fired up, hungry, inspired to win something here at the groups. We used to say Big is best at Blast because they would always qualify for the finals of each season, dodging the showdown.
Wow.
But a showdown top middle is where Montu has thrived.
That's the bomb.
2 op shots, bomb down, total control of the situation, total control of the economy. They're like the 1%.
Yeah. Controlling 33% of all the wealth. And they haven't actually made that much money, so we can say OG brought some rounds close, but this might be where it begins. Still 5 alive here for Big Clan as they sit on the bomb and try to hunt down the 2 remaining OG players. And this was OG's map pick as well.
Damn, Mo, I gotta make it so bleak. Oof.
Yeah, my bad.
You got Big on overpass after this. That's got to be a scary idea. You're not even going to hang on to your gun here, Keto. It's been taken from you. Repossessed. And then they send a flash into Regali just to tell him, if we wanted you dead, you would be. Nobody even breaking a sweat so far from Big as they get that 7-1 lead. The op saved, though. Can Regali be the hero he was hired to be?
Montu shooting straight right now. That's a good sign. Everything from Big, it's all good. So the one thing that's nice for OG is their one round they won. Fast mid control. And again, talked about this. They've got interesting players because I don't think they still don't have those good defaulting players that Nexa was looking for in their last lineup. But they do have individuals who are oddly good at both opening and closing rounds.
All right.
So you have Fiku, who's actually a solid entry, but also very good in the clutch. Regali is the exact same way.
Putting Sin up, but smoke fades and nothing there. T's already pulled back. It's a run boost out middle with the smoke grenades. And no defenders here at all. Big pocket of control can be given over to OG, but it's going to take some Desert Eagle headshots to really make this round winnable. Or, again, that saved op. And at least with this mid control, you know, you're posting your op slowly up in through connector. He's trying to look towards A site. Of course, Big are very aware of this, and I think they've done a great job of playing positions where they won't get picked. Nobody in window, nobody on cat, nobody in con.
Yeah, and Tabson's just watching the back of window. I think Great was broken, surely. Yeah, pretty sure he walked out of there.
Yeah.
So that'll hold them for a sec, but you see he's leaning towards B, not A. Split's coming this way.
Feels like this truck position, Crimbo, that's
nice.
The only person who could have gotten picked. And with enough time, OG finally hone in on it. Tabson draws it back. Oh, but Sin out from apartments. Can't control the weapon. Keto. Deagle!
Oh!
We love a Keto Deagle around here. And with it, a plant. The op of Regali unravels the B site. And Keto slots in to help him. Taking damage, though, backbench. Spam coming through. Oh, and it just gets Montu into the op shot. Regali, your round to win. Looking for the third. Frag goes past him. Oh! He's nailed it. Regali opens up. They gave a lot of space over to OG. And the only player who could have gotten picked because he wasn't hiding in a corner was Crimbo. And that opened the door to B.
And that's what I'm talking about with Regali. Good opener, great closer. Shows it all in this round right here. And they peruse the map supporting him. No lurkers in place, just making sure that he has pawns around him to trade out so he can hit his op shots. They manufacture an opening kill. As you mentioned, the one place they could get it, they found it.
Ooh, back to the faster mid play. This is how they got their first round. But it also went way easier for Fasher compared to this. Down to 2 HP and losing players ramp. Fiku's smoked off. There's a threat on all 3 entrances to A. Oh, Nexa burned out. And Regali down to 12 health. Sure, you got that op up, Cat. Sure, you got a second round, and you sent Big a message. But Big have battled right back. Fiku also on the brink of death. Look at the bars here for OG. There's nothing remaining that should keep them alive in the face of all these rifles. Sure enough, Process having a bit of a round. Adds 3 kills to the tally. The Academy players coming in with all 5.
Does a great job working himself around the A site. Holding out both choke points. Pretty solid here. And Regali was the only one with some extra money after that last round. So they had the op. Even though last round was sort of an eco, I don't think they'll be able to buy again. I do like that it's a split at a faster timing, but they have been pretty comfortable inside of middle. Oh, he went back into the smoke.
That's a little crazy.
And the op now. Oh,
2 deagle kills. Hold on.
They have to go back and get the bomb. This actually slows things down a tiny bit for the CT side.
Fiku grabbed the gun, but
Yeah, he
didn't hold
can't
the
see
gap.
the cross.
Keto came through. Back of Tapson, guaranteed. A site looks open, they think, but we've got Crimbo on an op, awaiting them on ticket. Keto's dead. He crosses back.
And the bomb hasn't moved just yet. Tapson walking through the halls as Fasher walks up to him. Op in hand for Fasher.
Ah, he's done.
Knife out, and he's dead.
Sin, great push up through the apartments. Allows for Crimbo to start making his moves, but there's a lot of time for the 2 remaining players to try and grab this back from Sin.
Regali got to go get a gun, and then they're going to attempt this. They both have half armor right now.
He's not going to get a weapon. He's going to come at it with the Desert Eagle, and Sin, as opposed to sitting around, gets closer back to the B site.
Now, this comes down to whether or not Sin thinks they're both together. We'll see if he takes the peek. At the moment, 30 seconds, and we get past oh, now they both show themselves in.
What?
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a really good amount of damage. But there's no time to go A. Sin knows this. So how does he protect the bomb? Behind Get Right now.
Fiku has lost track of him. You can see him. Scared.
Not
spinning around.
Doesn't
getting
hear that
closer.
footstep. Oh!
Sin out in the open. Gives it over to Fiku. Another round OG win with just pistols.
Now there was a chance that Fiku drops default and tries to plant the bomb, and they has no idea where Sin is. So Sin's trying to catch him coming out of the window, misses his timing. And if that bomb gets planted with the amount of time left over, it could also still be a fake. So I understand why he's still playing actively. We'll give credit to Fiku for tapping the idea to just go around. That was sort of just like, emergency, this is all I can try to do, but it works.
Now in hindsight, I'm looking at that Montu push back through the connector smoke into the pistol rush. That's what started the unraveling of the A site. If not for Sin's push into apartments, then that round doesn't even get close, I don't think. But he dropped the bomb, slowed it all down. And this does leave Big in an awkward position. Big moment for OG. It's the economy's in question for their opponent. Could have been a total blowout of a half, and now OG maybe bank on their own defense. Nothing. Big will have 2 deagles, 5-7. See if they can give OG a taste of their own medicine.
Ooh, was that missed?
4 big members on this site or nearby. OG open up, start using some util. Montu gonna get cleared out by Fiku. Good for a headshot on the entry. Vasher now with smoke top con. This one's looking good. OG, go ahead, take your 4th.
Okay, goes into a more of a real round. We'll have Big buy up, and I just want to know what OG are going to try to do. With, like, if it's going to be another fast play or if they're going to try one of their slower defaults, but with a different idea in mind. There's definitely a couple ways of calling. IGLs sometimes do more of one or the other, and you could default with an idea to say this is the kill we're looking for, and then this is the site we end up on. Or you default with no specific plan in mind to say what kind of information can we get, and then you make a decision later. And players respond differently to both these different styles, I would say. Some teams are good with the openness and want the freedom and liberty to kind of press an advantage or take a pick or something like that. And then some are better to know, you know, what's the intended goal. It's hard to say which one OG are going with at the moment.
That's nice made. Fasher, yeah, gonna come swinging for the multi-frag. Working out. Nade on Fiku, softens up a second. A1 Ness can't quite
Whoa.
stop Fasher. It's 3 kills for Fasher now. Climbing that scoreboard real quick. Kind of stunning big after they put up such a strong start.
Nexus said in the pregame interview that if things don't work out, they're open to changing roles, changing things around to see what'll work better. We saw Fasher as sort of an underpass lurker. It was getting countered a lot, but look at him as an entry.
You know, losing a couple of rounds to only pistols, something to just laugh off if you're big. If you still close the half, 11-3.
11-4.
Yeah, that's 15. But you lose 2 rounds like that, it costs you your own economy, and then OG make this half close. It's no longer a joke. You missed your chance to have a total blowout of a CT side on your opponent's map pick. And we're not at that point yet. But we can't forget about how this all started, how the economy for OG started to look good. No last second attempts on the site, so 4 survive for OG. 2 on big. We go next. Nice job by Fasher. Not giving them much space to breathe. Money's still shady here for big. So that door is very much open now. This could very well be 5 rounds straight for OG to close with.
They're coming in fast.
All right. 5-7's going to be up close. Oh, they line up. It could have definitely been a second. And it could still be a casualty. As Montu sits on the stairs holding the angle. Nexa crossing over bottom con. He's got support behind him. But that support's starting to get unraveled. Nexa being a nuisance. Montu has to deal with him up close and personal.
It's a good fight for him.
Yep. And as he gets that frag, he can turn his attention back to Palace, watching the smoke and thinking that someone could have crept out. Keto just did. That USP, we'll see what weapon it can pick up. It looks like the op is stranded. And Crimbo just dies out to the AWP. He's been spotted off of Tetris. It's a recovery from OG. Nicely done from Keto, creeping out the smoke and reopening A.
Yeah, they stayed patient. That's probably a situation where I think Mansu feels like he has to do more because he has that. He's like the one of the only 2 guns. No rifles. In fact, just him. And he does a great job with the op, but then also was sort of in his final good position near the staircase where he could have a lot of counterplay and not. And I guess he was worried that maybe they pull back, go to B. So that was something on his mind. But OG stayed patient. They stayed calm. Let the kills come to them.
Yeah, he definitely kind of waded out into the open waters. Op announces itself. It's OG picking up the tempo in the last few rounds. Crimbo, secondary op. Hits the ground. Tabson's fast rotate and the Arch player now known about. So OG got the picture built. Sin's burning down to half. And that Van player is going to finish him off. Tabson crawls out into the crosshair of Fasher, who has definitely had an uptick in performance throughout this multiple round win streak. It is Regali trading back, and it is Montu 1v2.
Oh!
Nice kill on his counterpart. USP to the bench. Oh, he just can't kill him. 28 OG, and then they string 5 in a row with some faster tempo. The speed that OG started to play towards the tail end of that T side, Big just got caught off by. Now OG play their defense. We'll see what Sin, Tabson, God B have all been cooking. Regali, dual Beretta's up. Hanging on and waiting. Smoke comes down towards Arch.
It's like a Beyblade. You just pull the cord, let it rip.
Oh, uh-oh. Now they know. But bomb dropped. All looking good here. Fiku comes through with the headshot. It's a 3v5 attempt coming back. But you got Crimbo and Montu. I like those odds. One goes back to clear apartments, making sure the flank's not there yet. Fasher is indeed coming through apps. But Montu's also trying to give cover because if Crimbo tries to plant bomb, he's worried he's going to get rushed. Now he's lost his teammates. Keto, that's a headshot off of Cat into the apartment window. Crimbo, getting away. Now, Keto could still be a problem from the site. Fasher has an angle out from apartments. And Fiku's not going to peek. Keto comes through, gets it. OG tie this game. And I didn't think that was something that was ever going to happen.
That's true. Yeah, they pulled it together. I mean, their slow defaults didn't work. Not capable of doing that. They tried it. And then when we went to the fast rounds, everything went a lot better. Their entries made them look way more ferocious. So, and also in this 3v1, they locked down everything. Communication looks pretty solid here for OG. That's nice. And they tie it up.
One flash to make a world of difference in the hands of Tabson. Keto's looking lethal with his M4 covered in big stickers. God. The Germans have turned against each other. Oh! Easy mode down here. Unarmored pistols. Dead quick. 3. 4.
You gonna ace big?
Oh! No fifth on the anti-eco, but still solid hold. 1 death, no big deal.
You got everyone except the guy who replaced him anyway, so.
And that's why they replaced. No.
Oh.
Top of the board here, Montu 20 and 10. Sin behind him on 17 frags. And Fasher was leading the way for OG until Keto just tied him. Keto had a very slow start to this map.
Yeah.
I believe he was like 4 and 9, 4 and 10.
So did Fasher, actually. I mean, those early rounds. But they both started hitting entries.
Yeah, I guess OG all look bad at the gate. Oh, Fiku and Keto kill a piece. Fiku wants more. Careful. There's 2 players still waiting top mid. He tries to chase him down. Nexa does the exact same thing. So if you're going to go. Oh, Nexa was trading guns.
Yeah, but they thought it was going to maybe be a B player, but Crimbo was already through the A site entire. Wait, the bomb's going Palace? Okay. Well, I guess they're trying to figure out what Regali wants to do, but he is a threat in these 1v2 situations, so we'll see if he can figure something out. He's on the right site, that's for sure.
He's got a full belt of utility. He's starting to leave, though. So he's not going to be here as they come out from Palace, unless he turns around now. He's just watching Murder Hole.
I guess it's nice that they can leave one inside a Palace as they plant. I was sort of wondering about this rotation, but...
Crimbo, yeah, I was going to say, should be exposed as Montu plants. Possibility of the ticket peak was there.
Now, the thing is, Regali has the nades to deal with Palace.
Yep, definitely.
So he can isolate this fight at the moment. He needs to scale a little bit, but...
And Montu's low. Chuck a nade on him. That's going to clear the bomb site.
Oh, he's a threat.
Yes, sir. He's got flashes. Can't cover off the bomb. Crimbo comes out early. Oh, he's standing in the open. I like that from Crimbo.
He
deal with your problems fast.
Absolutely.
Get ahead of it.
True. Go to do that checkup. Go to the dentist. Just deal with it fast.
Preventative action is most important. Swings wide before any tap comes out.
Yeah, because that smoke was just going to put him in such a terrible spot if the tap came in, so... Had to get out. Found a time to do it. Regali could have still got the kill because he heard him running, but Crimbo also a threat in the 1v1s.
Happy German noises. Can't celebrate too soon. This game is tied up. 9 rounds apiece.
And that round was extremely close from beginning to end.
I like Crimbo as a player. I think moments like that where, you know, he's just on the A site, doesn't sense any danger, kind of sizing it up. You can just rely on Crimbo to operate on his own.
Mm-hmm. He is sentient.
Mm-hmm. Man on a mission.
He has autonomy. Crimbo's so good. Yes.
Balloon. Where is this world going? Oh. To the grave with Nexa. Corner. Occupado. Fiku. Gonna show some presence. Bomb runs up that connector, and it's all good. A is yours for the taking.
Bomb has been planted.
It's time for you to tell me what the scoreline is going to be at the end of the game.
I don't want to predict anymore.
I don't want to make a prediction. I don't know either, to be fair. But yeah, I think this will be a very close second half. I'll say that much. I don't really see like Big just running them over all of a sudden.
Sure.
So,
No, I mean, I have Big in this matchup. I've got Big on this map still.
yeah.
And I think OG were able to set a tempo with those aggressive rounds that just ended up getting them a few more than they'll finish with. Let's go 16-12.
16-12. I'll take 16-13.
All right. And then we'll talk when the next maps come through. Next, I'm having a little struggle this evening, 4-15. But it's okay, because so is Tabson, 6-12.
Brothers. One thing that I've always liked that Nexa calls all the way since, from G2 to OG's previous iterations. A lot of deep B control, for sure. That's something he gets a lot out of. And I think for a while, it was just so underplayed on the T side, just hitting B in the first place. So it's not even about when you push halls that you're looking for a fight, but when you push deep B halls at any point of the round, your A site becomes a lot stronger. And I think Nexa has always been good at figuring out when to do that. Early attack coming on the A site here for Big. They've got players in good positions. Not the best guns here for OG, but Keto could really barrel stuff them with his MP9. It's just scary for him knowing that they could come out of A ramp. Let's see if he can figure out the perfect timing here.
There's a whole pack of them coming out of that ramp as well. Gives up his angle. He's going to try to play close instead on ramp. Dodging the flashes.
Oh.
Perfect. The same threat that we were trying to call for up on Palace, and he gets it into the ramp position right when he needs it. It's going to cost the last two remaining members of Big half their health. Tapson does pick up bomb and crosses over. Palace player manages to get past the op. A missed chance from Regali. He's got support nearby, but the plant's on the other end of triple. And Fiku, well, his gun's empty, but he gets away with a frag, comes back, and finishes off Tapson to boot.
Nice one. That's so nice out of Keto. Basically wins the round, right? Double spray down on the A ramp. There's one player coming out of Palace slowly. He locks that down with one of the weakest guns on the map. So that's pretty much all you need. 10 rounds here for OG. Well earned. And looking for that timing. He doesn't want to get lamp flashed. He doesn't want to get basically blind is the only thing he has to be worried about. But if he does, it's over. So team does the rest. Now he'll have enough money for grenades as well. But still, full strength buy here for both teams. Ops in play on both sides.
Rough. Flubbed frag in the mid window. Could have been thrown top mid, but everybody's good on the big side. Damn, Montu having a game. I feel like his absence in Cologne next week is going to hurt. So again,
yeah, Montu versus OG as well. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man. Obviously, that one had some time to cool off.
Yeah, that's true.
Keto's wound's still fresh. Oh, nade does still come out. Now, do they know about Tabson? Are they going to let their guard down? Nah, Keto. Oh, has to, in fact. He was just about to catch the guy top mid, and instead, Crimbo comes to save it. Prosis has died as he tried to peek out from Palace. Regali keeping that op in between both ends of the attack. And now we're looking at an OG who's about to take a lead back.
Man, so good at testing mid here, CT side. They are causing problems. The one player that they lost was this ultra-aggressive push to the top of mid, but Regali picked one out of Palace. They won 2 fights inside of mid to the CT favor, and now it's the Tapson who's bleeding out, and Crimbo. Regali inside of the halls, awaiting their arrival.
Nice repositioning coming out of Regali. Sorry, Tabson. Op fight. Regali's going to play that pillar to perfection. OG, 11-10.
Yes. Now they're in the lead, and now Big don't have money. So, I mean, I like this a whole lot better, I'd say, for OG. T-side, I found it overall very disappointing, even though they won a lot of rounds on the comeback just because their lack of default victories. But here on CT side, they're showing that proactivity that you kind of wanted to see on T side, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's sort of a nice sign.
Fair point.
It's definitely strugglesome when you're in IGL and like your teammates use grenades you need, for later in the round. You wanted to call a default, but like nobody knows the value of their smoke or what your idea is for the end of the round. So you become too severe about the call and just like don't use anything basically. And then, you get nothing done in the way of map control. That's why CS is so hard, obviously. Everyone's got to know what, where they can push, what gaps they can take, how much they can expend throughout the round.
How much, individual freedom they actually have.
Yeah.
And how much could actually come back to cost the team. Run boost goes over the op. But these are Glocks. Crimbo with the Deagle. He is the man trusted with the $700 sidearm. Nobody's peeking him. Yeah, sorry, Tabson. Not going to happen. Now
That's
6 and 15.
Yeah, he's getting fried this game.
Golly missed chance.
Oh, saved it.
Nice quick scope. Prosis guns him down, though. Chases him out. Remember, that Deagle's still in play. Crimbo could pop a head or two.
I've got a question. Should you ever no-scope in your entire life
Yeah.
instead of quick-scope?
Yeah, sure.
Why?
Style points. I don't know. Ask simple.
Okay. Style points. Okay.
Ask simple.
That's a good answer, I guess.
Psychological warfare.
Okay. True. Mental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's one less click.
It's one less click.
the
It's less
brain-
effort. It's easier.
Yes,
It's
the brain
easier.
spends take any millisecond of brain effort that has to be put into hitting the right click before the left click. So you're trying to time it properly. Should just be
That could be a millisecond of focus in a clutch 5 rounds later.
Exactly. Or, you could still aim a no scope as far as I'm concerned.
We can't go there. Sorry. No, we can't go there.
Pretty sure you can aim no scopes.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but it's just like when I pass the tarot card readers on my street in Toronto and they say like we can solve all your life's problems.
No.
Okay.
No.
So what do you mean you can aim a no scope?
You know what I mean.
Actually,
There's people out there right now, they know what they can aim. Some of us can aim our no scopes a little bit better than others.
okay. All right.
It's just a
I'm not hearing, but I'm listening.
Okay. If you know, you know.
Okay.
Simple knows. You just don't have that vibe, Launders. Half by coming out of big. Ooh, Keto gets nothing.
Oh, that's CT control and an M4. That's too quick. It's scary. CTs want to get it back fast.
Dude, these fast terrorist wins. At least this is what that looks like. Frag grenade goes out, softening up Sin very nicely. M4 awkwardly thrown back down to the dirt. They've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Fasher, with the reload, waits for the peek, and Process gives it to him, but still these Tech-9s trying to hang on to the post plant.
Oh, Nexus got to make sure he gets this.
Oh, he doesn't. His struggles continue, and now Regali has been called on to clutch. A missed chance with the Desert Eagle. Big, due to OG, what was done to them twice.
So you could even argue OG are playing, well enough to win on these rifles, but now just a 1-round lead. That one's tough. Just didn't understand exactly how far they could be across the site already.
Yep.
And Sin just held W.
He missed the first guy, tried to track the second as the Palace players came through, and
It's tough.
man, Sin just closed that distance. Rapido presto.
Yeah.
Straight into
Back dose.
Now Process perched outside of the ramp. Op fight. Ooh. Montu's been hot, but Regali wins the head-to-head. Sitting on that angle. Opera goes down for big. Process falls. There's a CT that keeps looking. He could be dropping right into the lap of Keto. Yep, sure enough. Keto comfortable here.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the op down, right? So they're not worried about it. They're not worried about it on A ramp. So he's kind of holding out in the open, but he's kind of free to do that.
Sin hoping somebody just gives him a freebie. But missed chance. Keto's sharp.
Let's go, Keto. He's putting in work.
Yes, sir. Now he's dead.
My fault.
But what more can Big truly hope to accomplish here? I mean, that A site's looking understaffed at the moment. We could get a Crimbo Fasher fight if Fasher goes too far, but he doesn't have a reason to leave Palace. So as long as he sits comfortably in there, no issue. It doesn't even look like Big are going to try to force the issue either. So 13 to OG.
I feel like Tabson's more frustrated than comfortable today. But retaining the op is nice. Game's definitely not over, but hey, your op takes out an op at the beginning of the round, everything else falls into place.
Yeah, this one was made easy for Regali. Sat there waiting. Also, Keto. Just floating. Comes back through with a second kill on Sin. That A site is the source of 3 frags for OG. Big take their final timeout. Gob, get working.
There was this one spreadsheet of stats that was trying to calculate how many times a team won after a coach had attack. It was sort of rough. Like sometimes it was before an eco, so it was impossible to know if the stat was totally perfect. There was no one who had like an amazingly high sort of win rate after the pause. I would have guessed like Blade, you know. Some were higher, some were lower, but there's only so much the actual idea can do. Execution is half the battle. Maybe you could even argue that execution is 60% of the battle in CS. And the idea is maybe only worth 40. No, bad strat's good if you do it fast.
Yep. And also rounds change so quickly. Uncontrollable variables. Nothing's set in stone. Gotta go with the flow. Tabson wasted no time to get out middle. While connectors smoked, they'll throw one more down into underpass. Flash and a frag from the CTs. So blindly vying for control of that part of middle. No peaks coming out of OG here. Saw what OG could pull off when they were given a lot of respect in mid. That Deagle up cat to take over the B site. Now the fight's starting to rumble.
Yeah, bigger working.
We got Nexa, of course, inside of the B site with Regali, so the two of them will have to hold this off, and we can see Big starting to stack numbers in apartments. Third player starting to move over is Fiku.
Nice from OG to take this risk. You know, it could still be Palace and mid connector, but Fasher clearing out A ramp, that should give you some confidence. They're taking the lead off here on the relay, and the full rotation's coming in. Keto alone on the site, but he pretty much knows it's going to be B at this point. Just chilling for the moment as that flash is about to soar over the B site.
Still worried about mid, though. You can see Fiku holding off on the flank. Oh. Utility's going to make it weird, but he does catch Prosis. Still, it's the CTs with the man advantage. That flank is coming in. Fasher getting closer. Regali tries to stop the bomb. Great cover from Crimbo, but that flank, it hits the mark and the timing. Montu's had a great game. Can he post a clutch to keep Big within one? He knows about Fasher, has lost track of Keto. And that back market door is under question. Montu feeling small, just wants to keep himself down. Fasher starts to get aggressive, runs out, and that sets up Keto perfectly as the op gets distracted and the retake shines through.
Yeah, he's clearly had no idea where someone was out of the two players remaining. So good patience from OG, and they win that clutch. And listen, Big, they got into cat control. They got the cat split going. Tabson actually ate Crimbo's flash before he came off of cat. and that was one chance for them to have some kind of split. But other than that, it was just 4 players coming out of halls, and OG had already had a Fasher pushing the A ramp like 20 seconds before that. So really good rotations, really good comms here from OG, and they stopped big, even giving them the entirety of mid, saying it's fine.
Pack of players quick. Sin is ahead of it all. Flies down. Gets cleaned up by Nexa. That's his 5th. Third player already here to support, so it's looking fantastic for OG. Another B-site defense, rock solid, thanks to the utility. And Big have just been bruised these last few rounds, completely walloped inside of the apartments this time. They get nothing going, and this CT side ends up being fantastic. We've got 3 T round wins from Big. That's it.
The first half doesn't inspire too much confidence from OG, but can't judge both sides by one. And we see in OG when they switch over, they're playing like so much of a better team. Next has 6 kills. We got 2 in this round, but still, it looks like OG have had full control this entire half.
And there was this.
And it was only Ecos, right? That big one, even.
Yep, very true. There's this whole conversation around OG and like who's going to be the star rifler. If one rifler starts to perform more consistently than others, will they be set up? We saw it from Nexa saying that, things are still very susceptible to change early on. And tonight, we get a showing from all 3 of those riflers. It is indeed Fiku, Fasher, and Keto putting in the work, proving their value, keeping Big at bay. We were hoping that Regali would just get maybe 1 or 2 on a good day, but for everybody to take a step forward in form, this is what OG needed to win. They didn't sign some big star. They didn't splash the cash. Trying to make a project. Montu hanging on for dear life. They're going to keep charging him down, and he'll survive that. So he has earned his AK, got up to 25 frags, and now OG with 4 opportunities to close Mirage.
Yeah. And, well, Montu's AK will also be the biggest gun in the round, it looks like. I mean, they'll put together all their funds and still make out with a pretty good buy. They're just missing 1 AK. The last stand.
Done.
Wow, okay.
2 players dead already through mid. Fasher trying to fight to the top of the scoreboard. Him, Keto, and Fiku all challenging one another. Having fun with it. Oh, and Regali's going to snap Process out of the jump. So this one, unfortunately for Big, the T side just falls flat. On an individual level, it looked like nobody on OG was going to step up enough to take a win. Slowly but surely, they climb that scoreboard, and the whole troop looks good. Yeah, okay. Your T side only started because you win a few rounds with pistols. But at least they adapted. They gave up on those defaults, the slow mid walkouts, the stringy T side. They got together, packed up, and pushed in. And it net them enough of a runway, maybe a little confidence too, to just steamroll through this CT half.
If Matthew wins this, I'll be giving away a Cata 14 capsule.
You don't have one of those.
I am good for it, trust me.
Okay. Weird flex. 1 from Montu. 4 to go. You know the price of that capsule?
No, wait.
He's going to creep out into Regali, who's going to end this show. 16 on Mirage for OG.